Good morning to all of you. How are you all doing? Someone's smiling, someone not smiling. Is everything okay?
Yes.
Everything calm?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, alright. Okay, so by the way, my name is Theodosia. I'm in Nuveve Agbovi, and you also on the flyer. My other name is Shasha, which is a brand. And I am an event host, I'm a public speaker, public speaking coach. At the same time, I help people find themselves to be confident to pursue whatever they want to do as an individual. All right, both children, the youth, any person who is willing to learn, I am the one who helps them to achieve the particular thing. All right, so today I'm so happy to be here to help you guys speak more confidently than you spoke in there during the interview. I heard how you all spoke. Some are, it's not bad. You guys did so great, and I'll applaud you for that. So, clap yourselves. Clap yourselves. Okay, so today we are talking about public speaking, right? But if we say public speaking, have you ever thought, okay, what does it really mean? What is public speaking? Have you researched or do you know anything about public speaking? Who can tell me something about public speaking? What is public speaking to you? Anybody?
Okay, so to me, public speaking is the ability for you to express yourself in public without
Public.
fear.
Okay, all right. Who else?
So representing
Mm-hmm.
talking
Okay. Who else? Express yourself. I want to see it. What can you say about public speaking?
being in front of a congregation to give a speech.
Speak good. What about you?
In front of a large number of
Mhm.
people.
Okay. All right. So the brand that I'm representing here today is called Claros. And Claros is a systematic blueprint where I help people to speak, to get out of anxiety, to focus on confidence, giving them clarity and also articulation in order for them to advance in their careers and also to build influence. All right. So today we are talking about public speaking. But before we go into it, okay, I want you all to do something for me. You're going to have a practical session, okay? We are not going to be doing lots of theory. It's going to be practical. But then I want you all to talk. We are going to do something quick, okay? So you're going to tell me 2 truths about yourself and then a dream you have. A truth about yourself, 2 truths about who you are or anything about yourself, and then a dream. Who can try? So 2 truth about you, about what you do, maybe something you do, about yourself. Okay, so tell me something. Who can go first? 2 truths and a dream you have. 1 dream you have. Think. Okay, let's go.
I'm a customer service representative.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a student. And about the dream, my dream is to become a rich man's wife.
Okay, her dream is to become a rich man's wife. That is nice. Who else? Who else? That was easy. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm also a business-minded person,
Mm-hmm.
a youth advocate, and
Okay.
someone who wants to become creative.
Creative. Okay. What is that dream?
My dream is to be in the creative world
Mm-hmm.
and enjoy.
Enjoy life. Okay. Who else? Who else? You? You want to try? Mm-hmm. Everyone is going to be talking today. Okay. You're all going to be talking. Okay. Let's go.
Well, my dream is to be a pop star.
Mm-hmm. And then the 2 truths about you.
The dream is I want to be famous.
You want to be famous? Okay. All right. So now when we say public speaking, okay, public speaking is the art and practice of delivering an organized oral presentation. If I say organized, you sat down to plan what you want to say, and then you step out there to do what? To present it. So an organized oral presentation to a live audience, often with a goal of informing, persuading, entertaining, or inspiring. We have someone who is a public speaker, but the person is there to just entertain you. out of their speech, how they present themselves to you. It's just to make you entertain. The other one is to make sure that they persuade. The persuading could come from advocacy, someone who wants to just talk on a particular issue. They go out there, they stand in the public, or they meet an audience, and then they do what? They do the presentation to them, all right? So that is public speaking. Now, when we talk about public speaking, we have key elements in public speaking. Unfortunately, we don't have a projector, so I could project to you. One key element in public speaking is speaker. We have message, we have audience, channel, and then effect. Forgive me, can we reduce this? I don't know. Can you do that for me? Whether it's up 24 or something.
From the
24? All right, good. Okay, so I just said we have key elements in public speaking. We have the speaker, we have the message, we have audience, we have the channel, and then the effect. Okay, so when you talk about the speaker is you, the source from which the message is coming from. And then the message is what you have prepared with either supported research, stories, or visuals. That is what is going to help you, the speaker, to speak to what? Your audience. That is where it takes us to the audience. The audience is going to be a group of people you are addressing to tailor their needs, their knowledge, and then their interests. And also we have the channel. The channel is your voice, your body language. These are the channels, okay? So if I'm standing in front of you, maybe I'm just moving anyhow. Some more time I do this, I do that. You just wonder, why is she panting around? That is going to be the channel, which is not going to give you a correct or a good signal at the end of the day. That says that, oh, she doesn't even know what she's doing. Why is she even talking to us? Do you get it? So the channel is going to be your voice. If your voice is shaking, you are trying to, your body is behaving some way, it's going to send a particular message to your audience, all right? And then we have the effect. The effect is going to be the impact. Did you change minds? What was the message to the people? Did it impact them in any way? Did they take anything away? That is the effect we are looking at, all right, in public speaking. Now, when we talk about public speaking is not fancy language or fancy English. If I say fancy English, it is not just me standing in front of an audience and then I'm rattling, I'm talking. That is not it, okay? If you are rattling, you are just talking. You are not making any sense at the end of the day. And then we have memorizing scripts. It's not memorizing scripts. Public speaking is not where you sit down and you write a whole script and memorize it offhand. You go and stand there and you are trying to make sure that everything flows. That is why some people get on stage and unfortunately they lose their words on stage. And what happens? It's either they don't know what they are doing and they have to end the speech, or they'll stand there. Oh, then you're trying to remember something, okay? Which is wrong. All right, so public speaking is not memorizing a script, and then it's not being perfect. As a public speaker, you can be very nervous, all right? Do you think I just stepped in here now? I did feel some nervousness or anxiousness somewhere? Of course I did, okay? Everybody feels it. I don't know any public speaker who would tell me that right now, whenever they are going for events, they don't feel that. Everybody feels it. But how you control it is what makes you the speaker or the great speaker. Do you understand? All right, so it is not about being perfect. You can make mistakes amid your speech, but how you go out of the mistake is what makes you a good speaker. Do you get it? Let me know if I'm rushing so that I slow down for you. All right, so public speaking rather is clear communication. It is confidence. It is emotional connection and being understood. As a public speaker, you need to have a clear communication. If you're standing in front of the people, what you are saying should be clear to them, all right? And then your confidence matters. If I'm talking to you and my shoulder is like this, and I'm talking to you, meanwhile, I could equally raise my shoulder up, but I'm like this and I'm talking to you, that shows that I don't even believe in myself or whatever I'm trying to teach you. Do you understand? So your confidence matters, and it comes all the way from your shoulders, how you present yourself to the people. Okay, It all matters. So confidence, emotional connection. Emotional connection is where you tell a story in your public speaking, in whatever message you have, you tell a story through it. In this case, when someone is listening to you, that is where the person gets to connect with what you were saying. If not, you end up just rattling and saying a bunch of words that do not make any impact at the end of the day. Do the people connect with your message? That is emotionally, yes or no? If no, then you are doing something wrong. If yes, then you're doing something right. All right. So public speaking is also being understood. Whatever you are saying, does your audience understand? Okay, that is public speaking. Does your audience understand you? Do they understand you? If they understand you, then voila, you're doing great. All right. So moving on, we're talking about. Before I continue, I have a quote here. The quote says that courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, and not the absence of fear, by Mark Twain. Before I continue, do you panic whenever you are asked to speak in public?
Yes.
Okay, let me just say this. Who is here and the person always panic, you have anxiety or fear when you are asked to speak in public? I mean, we all feel it, right? Okay, which is a good thing. That is just a way for your body to say that your body is already protecting you in lots of ways, okay? So if you get in front of an audience, it signals your body that, hey, there is something wrong somewhere. You don't usually do this. Something bad is going to happen. Should I protect you? That is the signal it's given to your body. Then your body tries to either fall in there by being afraid and not going in for it because the body said, no, you cannot do it, don't do it. Do you get it? And then your mindset comes in. Yeah, I think I cannot do this. Immediately, you just fall everything you are trying to work in that particular moment. You understand? So your body is not trying to protect you. It's not a bad thing, okay? But how you will handle it is what takes you out of that situation to be able to speak to your audience. Do you understand me? Good. So fear is normal. You are going to face it, but the courage to resist it is what you need. And then the way you master it, how do you get out of the anxiety? How do you get out of the fear? That is another mastery you have to learn. And then not absence of fear. There is no way fear will not be there. It's going to be there every time. So you have to find a way to master it, find a way to make sure that every single time you have courage to pass through that particular situation. All right? We are moving on. Now we'll be talking about confidence and presence, tonation. We'll talk about pace. We'll talk about storytelling framework. And then we do some few drills at the practical aspect of everything for you to know that this is what you're going to be doing in your presentations. As pageants, I mean, the male and the females, one thing about it is that you're going to be talking a lot when it comes to presentations. You'll be having some cultural presentations, you do some dance here and there, right? And then you talk on certain things. Is that not it? And sometimes you need this confidence to do that. And you need a framework to form your story, to make sure that what you are saying makes sense to the person listening to you and not just the glamour of it. You understand? So we'll talk about confidence and then presence. Now, when it comes to confidence and presence, presence means being completely, focused on the moment, the message and the audience, rather than being focused on internal fear. I just spoke about it, right? On the internal fear. By acting confidently, you prove to your body that the environment in which you are is what? Safe. So if you stand in front of an audience and you start to shake, and then you fall into that shake, your body says, okay, we are shut down. We cannot work. Let's just go. That is where sometimes your brain will just shut down, and whatever you want to say, your mind just goes blank. You don't know what to say. Just because that fear or that moment is trying to protect you from something you don't usually do. All right? So you have to, that is what presence is all about. Presence is about being focused on the moment, your message, and your audience, rather than focusing on what is going on inside of you. All right? So now, for you to get rid of fear, you have to acknowledge the fear, choose a different action to get rid of the fear. I'm not saying that it's going to get rid of it completely, but these are the things you can do to help you when you are in that situation. So acknowledge the fear. Choose a different action. Instead of interpreting that survival instinct that is, oh, let me just go, Instead of that, you can just tell yourself, hey, I'm safe, we can do this. Sometimes the positive affirmations you say to yourself helps you out of that situation as well, okay? And then interpret it as a command to act. You interpret the fear that is going on as a command for you to push hard to do that particular thing. Do you understand? So if you don't overcome that fear, there is no way you will move another step in your presentation, all right? And then convert the survival energy into presence. The presence is, how are people going to perceive you on the stage? Okay? The presence is, what message do you have? How are you carrying that message? All right? So you interpret that fear into rather showing the audience that you are confident in what you are doing. Do you understand? All right, so now let's move on. Now we're talking about the confidence and presence, talking about posture. In public speaking, your posture really matters. I said earlier that if I'm like this and I'm talking to you, you'll be like, why is something wrong with your waist? Why can't you just stand straight? All these things, okay? So your posture really matters. So they say that when you are going to stand in front of an audience, right away from your desk, when you come over here, it's either you are standing with your legs apart, okay, to be that straight to talk, or you put them together, or stand at a position that you feel very comfortable in, okay? Please, your shoulders are going to go back, and then your chest is going to come up a little, okay? That alone gives you that confidence, okay? It's a process. It doesn't just come. But immediately you take that power step and you come in front, you stand and you position yourself like this. Even if it's rubbish you're about to say, the confidence will help you say that rubbish and nobody will know that you said rubbish. Do you understand? That is what happens most of the time. People say a lot of things and it doesn't make sense, but then because of the confidence they have, when they stand in front of you, you listen to them, you be like, okay, what just happened? I like your confidence. But you have forgotten the message the person even gave you, because they made sure that they have represented themselves so well on the stage that nothing else mattered to you but how they carried the message. Do you understand? So posture really matters. And then eye contact. Let's take it as if you enter this room, okay? Presentation. When you have a group, let's say a crowd. You have a group of people on your left, on your right, and then in front of you. Your podium is right here. When you come over here, you have to work with eye contact, because you can't just be in a room like this. Am I lying? Are you supposed to be turning like this and be looking at everybody? No, right? So what you're going to do is that in the room of 4 people, 3 areas, and you as the model or the Mr. Gentleman, you are over here. You look for someone in the crowd here. Are you listening? Someone in the crowd here. And then you are connecting with that person. You look in the middle. You find someone whose eye you are comfortable with. Connect with that person over there. Then you look on your right too and look for that particular person. Sometimes it cannot be a person. It could just be the wall over there. Do you get it? It could just be the wall on the side. But because there are people sitting over there, obviously they are going to think, oh, he's looking at me or she's looking at me. But no, it's your way of getting out of your fear, the anxiety or whatever that is going on with you, okay? But at the same time, the connection is very important. That is why you have to look at them. And the looking at them is that if you know looking at them will give you a problem, all you have to do is what? Look at that particular thing that makes you feel like, oh, they think I'm looking at them, right? The eye connection, it should be there. In the front, it should be there. On the right, it should be there. That is why when you're doing your presentation, your contract presentations, you go to this place and talk to the people. You come here and talk to the people.